Hello, my name is Samantha Saucedo, and in this video, I'm going to explain briefly 3 ICT tools that are relevant to years 7 to 10 students and how they can support a constructivist teaching and learning environment as well as differentiated learning. So to start, I'm going to explain what constructivism is all about. Constructivism is a learning theory based on the idea that learners generate knowledge and meaning from the interaction between their experiences and then reflecting on the ideas from these experiences. This theory is based on Jean Piaget's work, who believed learners needed to construct an understanding of the world for themselves. Constructivism is not a particular pedagogy, but a theory that describes how learning happens. It suggests that learners construct knowledge out of their experiences, and because of this, it is often associated with pedagogic approaches that promote active learning or learning by doing. Social constructivism includes the role of social interactions and culture. This approach is based on the work of Russian psychologist Lev Vygotsky, and it states that social interactions play a key role in the development of knowledge. It also highlights the importance of the interaction of the learner with someone who has a better understanding of the subject, and that all learning occurs within the zone of proximal development, which is the distance between a learner's ability to perform a task under supervision or in a group and their ability to do it on their own. Since constructivism states that learners have an active role in the making of meaning and knowledge rather than passively receiving information from the teacher, access and use of ICT tools can support learning, encouraging critical thinking and the construction of new ideas, thus helping create autonomous learners who are inquisitive and know how to question, research, and reason. Moreover, it can be of great help aiding efficient communication between groups or individual students and the teacher. To start, I want to put into context the first software I chose. To do that, I will explain a little bit of what is presumably one of the most powerful educational tools of our time, and that is YouTube. From its creation in 2005, it has become one of the most used websites worldwide and a large resource of educational content. However, research has shown that one downside of the use of videos is that it can reduce participation in class. One possible solution to counteract this is by using the tool I chose for today's assignment, which is VideoAnt. VideoAnt is a web-based free software created by the University of Minnesota that allows annotations or comments to web-hosted videos in a timely manner. Since collaboration is one of the defining characteristics of the constructivist classroom, this software can be of great use to turn students into participants of video lessons and not just merely passive watchers, turning it into an active learning experience. This software is free for all users, and all you need is an email address. Let's see how it works. This is the main page, and here is where you can add a new ant. It has a space where to paste URL addresses. I already have chosen one, and then you load the video. From here, it's very self-explanatory. So it says to start the video by pressing play, and then whenever you're ready to add a comment or a question, you just press this icon and then click Save. To share, you can change the title, you can add a description, and then you can decide if you want to make it public or you want to add separate users or as a group. So here I put like biology class year 7, and you can even add a message It is important when utilizing online video content to be on top of parental consent forms for internet access as well as code of conduct. It is also very important that teachers check video content even when videos come from trusted sources to ensure its appropriateness and relevance. The use of ad blocker software is also a useful tool to block possible inappropriate content that might pop up while watching the video. Secondly, I want to talk about Padlet. Padlet is an online tool that enables students and teachers to create a post-it board that can be shared using a unique link. This platform allows the addition of information or comments in real time and has the option of adding the name of the person or doing it anonymously. So here it's the main page, and it's just clicking for a new Padlet. You can choose any display, choose wallpaper, font, or colors. And here is where you can add different types of content. You can either have photos or any type of information from the web, or files. So why is Padlet a good piece of software? The riches of this platform are enormous. Just to name a few that are closely related to the constructivist classroom, it can help with brainstorming, allowing students to share comments and bounce ideas, or with note-taking, in which students and teachers can add notes or resources for later use. It can also be used as a live question bank. Having the board projected during the class, students can then ask questions when they don't understand something or they need extra explanation. This method allows for anonymity so that students are not afraid to ask questions and gives a voice to every student, helping the differentiated classroom. It can also be used to get to know students' prior knowledge by asking the students to add what they already know about the topic, and this way getting to know what's the starting point and adjust the lesson accordingly. Now, talking about the ethics and safety of this tool, this platform doesn't need students to sign in. However, teachers are recommended to do so, and in this way they can edit the wall and moderate posts content. The third tool I want to talk about is PhET simulations. This is a free online tool created by the University of Colorado with interactive simulations for teaching science and math. Constructivism sees learning as an internal process of interpretation, and computer technology through simulations facilitates situations in which learners take part in activities that allows them to experience problem solving in a realistic environment. Simulations use a system that links text, graphics, sounds, and video elements in an online virtual imaginary environment that are realistic enough to let the learner solve problems and interact with different situations without the need of long experiments, or, for instance, in cases where observing the effects of changing certain variables would take a long time. So let's see how it works. This is the main page, and in which you can choose the area of your interest. Here it has different things about accessibility or topics. So in this case, I chose biology, and I'm going to choose natural selection. So you just press play, and the software allows you to choose adding mutations. You can add a mate for the rabbit, and you can add different circumstances. Here you can see how the population changes through time, and you can either investigate different things, like pedigree of different bunnies. The interactive side of simulations can be of help in engaging students. Using this tool in the classroom allows for different levels of abilities, since students can interact at their own pace. It could also be useful to pair or group students with different levels of abilities. For instance, when students work in groups around computers, it creates the opportunity for the more advanced students to coach or offer advice to those that might have difficulty. And thank you very much for listening.